Hello, hello, everybody. I'm MJ Hill, and I'm here to talk about more ways to save money. Now, I'm going to review over some things that I said in my previous video, but I'm not going to go over everything. In the last video, I talked about ways of saving at the grocery store. Now, I'm going to go a little bit more into a budget, okay? When you have a budget, you want to say to yourself, how much of your income do you want to save each month? Do you want to save 10%, 20%, whatever that amount is, try to do it. It's important because a lot of people don't know how important saving money is. I had a friend and she was in charge of the finances, and her husband, at the end of the pay period, after she finished paying everything, if she had like $100 left over, he would think of something that cost $80. At the end of the next pay period, after she paid everything, if she had like, let's say, $300 left over, he would think of something that cost $250. So anyway, this kept on going, and after a few months, she decided to open up a secret bank account, a secret savings account. So a few months passed, and what happened was one of their parents got sick and they had to fly to another state. And luckily she had the money. So you never know what's going to happen. You could have an unexpected expense like a car repair, or someone gets sick and you need some medicine or whatever. So savings account is very important. Doing that budget is really important. And when it comes to a budget, if you're the type of person who does impulse buying, which I should have talked about in my last video, impulse buying. That means you go somewhere and you had no idea that you were going to buy that, but at the spur of the moment, you just feel like you have to have it. Well, it's best to have an accountability partner. That's a person who will help you to stick to your budget. That's a person that you trust, and you go over your budget of how much you want to spend, how much you want to save. And if you want to buy something that's not on your budget, that's a person that you can call to talk to. And it might sound crazy, but if you're in the grocery store and you get hit by an impulse, this accountability partner is a person you can call up and say, hey, Marge, I'm at the checkout counter. I've got this urge to buy. And then Marge can talk you out of it. So it's very important having an accountability partner, somebody who can be there with you as a support system to help you. Because when it comes to spending money, a lot of purchases that we make are based on our emotions. So with all that being said, I am going to go over the 7 things that you can do to save money. The first thing on my list is, and this sounds so simple, pack a lunch. Pack a lunch. I'm not saying you have to buy all this extra food for your lunch. What I'm saying is, what I do is, whatever I had for dinner, I'm going to have part of that for my lunch the next day. I'm going to have part of that for my lunch on the next day. You save a lot of money. You save a lot of money doing that. So the second thing is, for those of us who want to get our hair done, the easiest and the cheapest thing to do is get your hair done at a beauty college. That's right. Go to your local cosmetology school. Let one of the students do your hair. And if there's anything that you are doing that may be kind of complicated, don't worry, the supervisor will be there to make sure they do everything right. Now that's your choice. Some people might say, oh no, I'm going to my beautician. That's fine, but that's just a suggestion. Okay, now the third thing on my list is cable. These cable companies have gotten outrageous. And most of your shows you can either watch on your laptop or you can get a Fire Stick. That's right, get a Fire Stick. Call the company, ask them, what kind do they suggest for you, and get a Fire Stick. And there are some companies that you can call them instead of cable. You will call them and they will walk you through hooking it up, and you will not have to have that high cable bill. If you want to Google streaming TV or Fire Stick, go ahead. That would be very helpful to you. The fourth thing on my list is the thermostat. This is what I do in the winter time. I set the thermostat at 70, 73, something in that range. And if I still feel a little chilly, I will just wear a sweatsuit. If you want to set it lower than that, like 69, 68, that's fine. But in the wintertime, wear a sweatshirt or a sweatsuit or a gym suit, whatever you want to call it. A heavy sweater, socks. Now, there are some people, I know some people who set the thermostat at 75 degrees or 80. Some people set it at 80 degrees and then walk around the house in a tank top because they want to be comfortable. Well, if you want to save money, you turn that thermostat down. And number five on my list, which ties in with the whole thermostat thing situation, you want to seal up your windows and doors. You want to seal your windows and doors with tape, because you'd be surprised at how much heat escapes from your house. And you'd be surprised at how much warmer it is when you seal up the windows and doors. And they have these door stoppers. You put it like at the bottom of the door. That helps a lot with saving on your heating bill. Okay, and another thing that you may want to do is you may want to have a jar where you save all your dollar bills. After you come home from the grocery store, you might have $2. Put that $2 in the jar. After your next outing where you're spending money, you might have 4 $1 bills. Put those dollar bills in a jar. And then at the end of 6 months or a year, you can either put that in the bank or you can spend it on something. You might even have enough to go on a small vacation. So that might be a fun little game that you could play by yourself. The dollar bills in the drawer, in the jar. Okay. So last on my list, number 7 is your credit rating. Credit is extremely important because if you have good credit, it's like somebody's giving you money. It's like somebody is giving you money. You want to have a good credit rating. And my suggestion is it's worth it to have a professional company write a letter to your creditors, because they know how to word the letter so that before you know it, things will be dropping off your credit rating. That's very important. And another thing that people don't realize about credit is this: if two people have the same credit card with the same limit, let's say you have a $5,000 limit, and let's say you spend $4,000 of that $5,000 limit, and your friend has the same credit card, same limit, and they only spend $300. The person who uses the most amount of their credit limit, that counts against you. It counts against you in your credit rate. So if you want to Google credit rating and you find out all these little secrets, that will be very helpful to you. So now I'd like for you all to give me comments. If you have any other suggestions of ways that someone can save money, put it in the comments. If you have anything that you want to add to this, I'd really appreciate it. And if you could like, share, and subscribe to this video, that would be so great. So I guess that's it for now, and I'll see you all in the next video.